And we're back with the politics lead. Just before the break, we reported a source telling CNN's Laura Jarrett that the FBI agent dismissed from the Russia investigation for alleged anti-Trump text messages was the same agent who softened former FBI Director James Comey's draft language describing Clinton's actions in handling classified materials from, quote, grossly negligent to extremely careless, a softening that had legal ramifications. Paul Begala, I promised you a response. Go.
Right. That statement, that phrase, extremely careless, back when it was uttered, CNN said it was the single most damaging aspect of Mr. Comey's statement. And by the way, Mr. Comey's statement itself was an outrage. The FBI is supposed to investigate and refer. They put up or shut up. They're not allowed under Justice Department guidelines to call a press conference and attack a private citizen who's running for president, basically make a negative ad for Donald Trump. Oh, and then if that's not enough, 11 days before the election, reopen it again, which cost her the White House? So you think Donald Trump doesn't like Jim Comey? He takes a backseat to me.
This does seem significant, though, potentially when it comes to President Trump pushing back, and maybe even if Michael Flynn, is he allowed to withdraw his guilty plea?
No. Well, I mean, you can't withdraw your guilty plea, certainly because of something as minor as this. But look, this will give supporters of the president a way to attack the Mueller investigation, which they really haven't had so far. I mean, this investigation has been without leaks. It has been without controversy in terms of its internal organization. So the opportunity to say there was an anti-Trump FBI agent will be one way of attacking. I don't think it's going to make any difference legally, but politically it is a tool which will certainly be picked up over at Fox News and, you know, among the president's supporters.
Amanda, the president's already been attacking the credibility of the FBI, writing on Twitter, quote, after years of Comey with the phony and dishonest Clinton investigation and more running the FBI, its reputation is in tatters, worst in history. A lot of FBI officials, a lot of FBI former directors and such saying that's not true. But this will feed into the idea of, as you say, this is a politicized organization.
Yeah, and this is a long-running narrative that President Trump has set to paint the FBI as a tarnished organization that cannot be trusted to lead a fair investigation against him. This is why he always talks about the witch hunt, the ruse, the hoax, the constant, you know, criticism that he has for the agency. And I do think he was effective in sort of making former FBI Director James Comey a poster boy of the deep state. When you tune into talk radio, you talk about this deep state campaign against President Trump. Now he has, you know, a vector to do that against Special Counsel Mueller. I don't know if they'll be going with it, but even people like Newt Gingrich have been talking about the campaign donations that people have made that are working on this campaign, and so this just continues to feed into that.
But where is Jeff Sessions? Where is, you know, where is Chris Wray, the new FBI director, who say this isn't a bad FBI? I mean, the idea that the President of the United States can attack the FBI with no pushback from the people who run the FBI is just outrageous.
Well,
and you know, one text was unwise. There's no question about that. But the idea that this taints thousands of FBI agents and staff people who do phenomenal work every day is just repellent.
Yeah, and I said this before, and I will say it again. If I were a reporter on Capitol Hill right now, I'd be running to stick a microphone in every Republican senator's face to say, do you think obstruction of justice is a crime worthy of impeachment or not? They may not be willing to answer the question yet, but if he keeps going this route to damaging the FBI, I think it's a question worth asking.
And it doesn't, and this, Mr. Strzok, this FBI agent in charge, it doesn't change anything. The one that has been removed from the investigation. It doesn't change anything about what we know about the president's actions and the questions about his potential obstruction of justice or the guilty, and two others were indicted. One other, Papadopoulos, had a plea agreement. It doesn't really change it. It might change the subject for some people, as we were derailed here for a little bit as well, but it doesn't change the facts of the Trump investigation, as it were.
That's right, but it does change the politics a little bit, right? It changes how the public perceives the investigation, and as was pointed out earlier, it could change the politics of an impeachment proceeding. Impeachment is a political action, not a legal action. And so, and it also just, you know, when you're under siege like the Trump White House is and you're being suffocated, a little bit of oxygen like this is enough to reinvigorate your mounting a public defense. And I suspect that's what we're going to see as an aggressive defense over the next few days using this point.